What's the chatter, everyone? My name's Corman590, and we are back today with Corman's Picks. And today we are reviewing a YouTuber's Pokemon, RisingTaide's Ambipom, or Xander. Or at least I hope that's his name. That's the last time I battled him was like a few months ago, or I think maybe even 5 months ago. So hopefully I got the name right. But yeah, we're here with Ambipom, and I wanted to do this Pokemon for two reasons. One, it was suggested to me by subscriber Petros, and two, I kind of want to do this thing. It's sort of like a YouTuber's edition of Corman's Picks. So I'm going to find some YouTuber Pokemon or Pokemon that have YouTuber. Basically, it's their mascot, a YouTuber's mascot in their channel, and I'll review it and see how good they are. Like, I did chat out like twice for good reasons. I did Ed Craze's Staraptor. I have other YouTuber Pokemon I could do. Maybe you guys could suggest them down below. But today we're going to be reviewing Ambipom. Now, let's jump into this Pokemon. Ambipom has 75 on the HP, 100 in the attack, 66 on the defense, 60 on the special attack, 66 on the special defense, and 115 on the speed. This Pokemon's really fast, and it can hit really hard. It's kind of like Absol in a way, except Absol's, in my opinion, one of the best sucker punchers in the game. So, this first set we have right up here is 252 in attack, 252 in speed, Fake Out, Thunder Wave, U-Turn, and Thief. Now, what is this set? I remember running into this. I don't remember who I battled. I think it was either Lucas or Rising Tide himself. But this is basically a very supportive Ambipom with Thunder Wave and Thief. Fake Out's just there because that's one of Ambipom's best moves along with Technician. Technician makes it to where this Pokemon's move of 60 power or less have 1.5 times power, and this includes Struggle, but you're really not going to be struggling with Ambipom, especially in high competitive play, because usually the battle ends to 20 to 35 turns, depending on if you're not in a stall situation. My dog just started barking. I am sorry. Anyway, we have no item here on this Ambipom set because it's going to have Thief. And Thief makes it to where it steals your opponent's item. This is supportive because they're probably going to have something like a Choice Band or a Choice Scarf or, let's say, Life Orb or Leftovers. This is good for like stopping tanks and stuff like that. Now, up next we have, well, not up next, this is the other moves. Now, Thunder Wave is good for slowing opponents down. That way, if you have a slow, bulky physical sweeper in your in the back of your party, it works really well too. Now, U-Turn is good for if you don't really want, if you want to keep the Ambipom in the back later for just chip damage or all damage, or you don't want to take their item away and you want to wait to see their full entire team to make sure you can get rid of an item on site, you can use Thief. Thief is the way to go, and now my mouse is having a seizure. Thief is the way to go. So, Fake Out, Thunder Wave, U-Turn, Thief. It's a good supportive set. It's not one of the best sets. My favorite set is up next, but this it's good for stealing items and good for slowing down leftover stall Pokemon. It's really good. And Fake Out on Ambipom is just great. Now this next set we have here is the infamous Fake Out Last Resort. One hit, well, not usually one hit KO. Fake Out Last Resort blow up combo. With this, you practically I keep saying one hit KO. You practically set up into an OHKO so bad, it's not even funny. You remember how Ambipom has 100 in the attack and 115 in the speed. Ambipom's going to outspeed a lot of things just off of 115 speed. That's really fast. The only thing that's really outspeeding you is things at 120 speed, which is like Greninja, Talonflame, even though I really feel like Talonflame does not need Gale Wings. Like, I think it only needs that in a case of, let's say there's someone who actually sets up a speed. Then that is the case, they would be able to use Brave Bird or something like that. But if it had that one move, if it had Reckless like Ed Craze did, that would be awesome. So now that we have this set, you can pretty much Fake Out Last Resort, something dies. Fake Out Last Resort, dies. Fake Out Last Resort. The only things that are walling you out are very defensive physical walls and steel types and rock types. So There's literally nothing switching into this Fake Out, Last Resort, Life Orb, Technician, Blow Up combo. Your opponent isn't going to even know what's coming because it could be 2 more of these sets that I'm going to review. For some reason, the comparison cut off one of the sets, so I don't know what was going on with Showdown. Showdown sucks, man. But anyway, yeah, that's just the set. Fake Out, Last Resort. Really strong combo. Now up next we have just why. Why does this exist? It doesn't need to exist. So this right here is King's Rock, Technician, Fake Out, Fling, Thunderwave, and Last Resort. Notice how almost every Ambipom set has Fake Out. That's the only problem I feel with Ambipom. Like, you pretty much know he's going to Fake Out because that's one of his best moves. So that's the only issue I have with Ambipom. But at the same time, you can make the argument that you know what Chatout's going to do. It's going to use Chatter. That's one of its best moves. So with Fake Out, your opponent doesn't move. With Fling, your opponent doesn't move again. With Thunderwave, your opponent gets a chance to get hacked out. And with Last Resort, you are going to kill them from there. And then you just spam Last Resort until this Ambipom dies. This is actually incredibly annoying. This is on the Battle Mason, I believe. If you're playing in the cartridge, they use this exact set. This is really annoying. I don't know why people overlook this. You're basically given 4 free moves, and if your Thunderwave doesn't go off, well, that's gonna suck. But then again, it's something risky to play with. But after you get that, what is switching into that? You're basically taking a Fake Out and a Fling. They're at 50% health by now. A Last Resort is going to kill them. Yeah, you're going to run 252 Adamant Nature and 252 in Speed again. It's really good. I do like this set. If you're getting a chance to move 4 times in a row after that Thunderwave, then what's switching into your hits? Just think about that for a minute. Now, this last set we have right here is the Stop Hitting Me, You Piece of Crap Monkey set. I call it this because Fake Out, as usual, and Double Hit. Double Hit on Technician, it's base 35 power. It's base 35 power, but on Technician boost, it's at 65 or 70 or something like that. This move hits twice. So basically, after Ambipom's Fake Out, it does like 20 to 30%, and it kills. This is literally the same as the Fake Out Last Resort set, but you basically get more coverage. Like, you can use these 2 moves right here, and I'll get to that in a minute. You want to run Life Orb again, and you want to have Ice Punch and Seed Bomb. And I'll get to why we have these moves in a minute. Now, I have Ice Punch and Seed Bomb here because they cover for 4 times or something around that. Like, let's say you run into a Gastrodon, a Swampert, a Garchomp, a Landorus Therian. What's another 4 times weakness I can think of? There are a lot of 4 times weakness with the coverage I have right now. But with this, you basically can cover out so well. Now, if you don't want to run these 2, Ambipom gets a lot more moves than just Ice Punch. He also gets Fire Punch, I believe. Yeah, he gets Fire Punch right there. I believe he also gets Thunder Punch as well, see? So, you can have Thunder Punch, Fire Punch. You basically get all the elemental punches. And you can build those last 2 moves with what your team is afraid of getting hit by. So, this Ambipom can literally sweep on its own right. And it has extra options. Don't listen to that. You don't need to run Thunder. That would probably be very bad if you're running Adamant. But you can have Thunder Punch or Seed Bomb, or if you're just not worried about water ground types at all, you can even run Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, or Ice Punch, Fire Punch, or Fire Punch and Thunder Punch. It really depends on what you want to have. You can just cover out for those 4 times weaknesses. So this Pokemon's really good. I mean, you get a really strong Fake Out from the Technician boost. You get 4 times. You get to move 4 times in 1 turn. That's kind of stupid. Or you get to move 4 times, and your opponent is going to die and get blown up by the Last Resort. And you're going to basically double hit Fake Out with Thunder Punch, Seed Bomb. I kind of spoiled that. That's why I face palmed for a minute there if you didn't hear it. and you're gonna double hit Fake Out, and you have 2 coverage moves for 4 times weaknesses. That's good. That is really good. So, what outclasses Ambipom, or people may claim it outclasses? Well, there's one Mega Pokemon called Megalopunny. Now, if you don't know what Megalopunny does, Megalopunny is a very fast, very strong physical attacker with 408 in the attack and 252 in the speed. After you Fake Out, Lopunny does a huge amount of damage to you. And then, like Ambipom, it can last resort you for max damage too. Now, it was hard finding something to compare Ambipom to, because Lopunny can do a lot of different things that Ambipom can't, but this is just one of the things. Like, I feel like Ambipom and Lopunny, they're 2 really different Pokemon, because Lopunny can be ran as like a tank as one time, as I've seen before, with Cosmic Power, and Ambipom really can't. But this is just comparing one thing, because I believe Lopunny gets access to all the elemental punches as well. So, this is why mainly people will say Megalopunny is better. They might be right, because Lopunny does get scrappy, and you're able to hit ghost types with a Fake Out. That's really good. But here is what I feel like Ambipom has an edge over Megalopunny. Megalopunny has scrappy, so yes, it's going to be able to hit ghost types. However, Ambipom has Technician. So basically, you're going to have a very strong last resort from that. Oh wait, wrong set. You're going to have a very strong last resort come out from that Ambipom, and you're also going to have a stronger Fake Out than Megalopunny. I mean, they could be doing the same percentage, but I think Ambipom just wins by like maybe 10% or more than that. So your Fake Out's faster, your Fake Out's stronger, and your last resort's stronger. That's where I feel like Ambipom has more of the edge, but then again, Lopunny can take a hit and Ambipom can't. It's really what do you want on your team? Do you want to sacrifice a Mega Slot to use this, or do you not want to sacrifice a Mega Slot? That's what I wanted to point about Ambipom too. Like, you don't have to risk a Mega Slot with this set. You can easily just have this, and then another OP Mega on your team as well. Like a Mega Metagross. This thing with Mega Metagross, it destroys teams. I'm not even gonna. I've seen it happen before. I ran up to it on singles. I literally got soloed by this Pokemon and Mega Metagross alone. It wasn't even funny. Like, I had 4 Pokemon and he had this Ambipom and this Mega Metagross, and I just got walled by it. But this was before my cartridge team though, so ha! My cartridge team is good. It's not as bad as people claim it to be. Free advertisement. But yeah, that's the only thing I see that Megalopunny has. Other than that, that's about it. Now, comparing the support with Ambipom, I liked how Ambipom had a really strong offensive presence. So I thought, man, he really works well on a hyper offense team. Now, what is going to work well with this normal type? Oh, wait a second. Birds with, what's that, Brave Bird? Yeah. So, do you remember how I was saying how Ambipom gets walled by Steel and Rock types? Edcraze, that's just a shout out to him. He can't really handle the Rock types. If he gets hit by a Rock type move, I don't think you're going to be able to take it. But the reason why I said that is because the next best option was Talonflame, and Talonflame is going to get just knocked the crap away by a Rock move, whereas Staraptor is possibly going to live one. So with this right here, you can easily just come into the Staraptor. You don't have to run Choice Band. This is just my personal preference, because Rock types really aren't that fast unless you're looking at Trick Room or they've already set up Rock Polish. Your close combat is going to one-shot them. And then Brave Bird's just there because Brave Bird. It's one of the best flying moves in the game. So these two pair really well together on an offensive standpoint, and they can get a lot of work done. Oh, especially after a Sticky Web, and this Edcraze just picks up, or the Staraptor. It's not even funny. Like, I didn't realize the power of Staraptor until like this generation. Like I always thought, it's just a Staraptor. How good is it? And then I always thought Talonflame was better than Staraptor, but I honestly think Staraptor has an edge over Talonflame because I just feel like Gale Wings is only situational, but that's another topic we'll cover later. So yeah, that looks like it's all for Xander here. Tide, if you watch this, I hope I didn't disappoint you. So usually with these Pokemon, I really want to collab with them. Sadly, Tide couldn't be here because he doesn't really do that much more Pokemon content, but you never know. Maybe this will bring him back in. Probably not. But anyways, I hope I did a good job on it. Tide, if you watch this, you're the man, man. I like you. I beat you 3 times and you beat me once. Just gonna throw that out there. But yeah, that's it. I'll catch you guys later. As always, leave a like and subscribe.